What's up everyone? Welcome back for another video. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. If you already subscribed, you're awesome. Thank you very much. Now my subscribers would realize that the 240 is in the middle of the garage, which means we're doing some work on it, I guess. And I also don't have that nasty camouflagey hoodie, so we're not doing dirty work today, but we're doing some work on it. So it's actually a beautiful day out today. It's 52 degrees, and that's awesome. Don't you usually feel better when it's warmer out? I know I do. A little more motivated too. Let's actually discuss the point of this video. So as many of you know already, it's already on the channel. I spoke about it multiple times. We're selling the car. Well, we're trying to sell the car. So one thing I need to change for sure, because I've been fixing little things here and there. Last video, if you go check it out, I fixed that steering wheel thing, which I don't remember which video I mentioned that in, but I fixed the steering wheel. One of the things I was thinking, because I'm 6'2", and I have the driver's seat bolted down to the ground. So that's gonna have to change. So one of the mods we did a long time ago, not even sure if I don't remember if the engine was built by that time when we did this mod, but it was a while ago. I'll link it somewhere, but we put racing seats in it. We put Sparco qrt-r seats in it, used planted seat brackets, and the passenger side has a Sparco, I think it was Sparco, a Sparco slider. I never did it on the driver's side because I never had plans to let anyone drive my car. The passenger could at least slide forward and back to have a little more adjustability with the 6-point harness, because there's only so much play in the shoulder straps. So and the waist straps are kind of where they are unless you readjust the whole strap. So I figured with someone like my wife who's skinny, the seat could be slid up a little bit further and she could have the straps on, and then if someone a little larger like myself or whoever could slide the seat back, giving you a little extra play with the straps. So that was my thinking. It's actually been perfectly fine this entire time. Took a couple people for rides with the built engine, and everyone was able to buckle in. Now it's time to change that. So what we're gonna do, I gotta actually reverse engineer this, because the Sparco slider I bought, I think was actually for a bottom mount seat, and these are side mount seats, they're fixed back, and I cut it up. I think I cut it and made it fit somehow, so we're gonna try to swap it. I wonder if I could actually just take the whole seat rail off slider and just swap it with the driver's side one, so I don't even have to change anything. Let me see. Let's get into this. Alright, we're in the passenger side here. It looks as if, well, this is one of the things to unlatch it. The other one's on the other side. We slide forward. The only thing, there's a bolt here. Well, there's one here and obviously on the other side. And then one here and obviously on the other side. I don't know if these line up with the bracket. I may have had to drill holes in the bracket to make it work, which isn't the end of the world, which we can make happen. Let me go check the other side. So we have a hole there, which appears to be the front one, and there is a hole there. I'm not sure if that lines up with the back one, but we're gonna see if it does. It might not be too bad. Might be an easier project than I was expecting. Let's unbolt the driver's side first. Maybe. I gotta figure out what size nut is at the bottom of that, and Allen key and all that stuff. Yeah. If I was really lazy, I would go turn the car around so I don't have to keep walking around the doors every single time, but next time. The top part, the Allen key part, is a 5mm Allen key, and then I think the 13's a little loose, but we're just going to send it with the 13. Then we get the nut off at the bottom. We'll see what actual size it is, because the 12 wasn't fitting. Maybe it's an America size, I don't know. But I'm going to struggle with this for a little bit, because this one, there's like no room to get under there, and I got to get to that. And I don't feel like unbolting the seat, which would probably be the smarter idea. I'm just gonna unbolt the seat, save myself some pain. Seats are out. It was a little bit of a battle just because of the tight quarters to work in, but I started to try to unbolt the driver's seat from the side rails, and I couldn't get a wrench in on the back right side, So then I decided to unbolt it from the planted seat bracket. Got that off. Passenger side was a lot easier to unbolt. Came up with the rails. So now all we got to do, that one, since the rails here, I didn't actually drill these rails out, so this should bolt right up over there with no problem. Now going over to this side, I think I used that hole there. Yeah, I had that hole there, and I think this hole, so I'm gonna have to drill a hole in that bracket to get the seat from here over to there. Not too bad. Should only be 2 holes. I'm gonna go get that seat bolted up on that side, and then I'll just mark where I gotta drill them out, bolt it up, and we're done. First, let me vacuum underneath where the seats were, because we're not dirtbags here. Let's clean up. Alright, it's cleaned up. As you saw, I didn't do the footwell section yet because I got all the hardware there, so I'm going to wait till after I get the seats back in to do that because I don't want to suck any of that stuff up in the vacuum. I remember seeing some extra hardware in my little spare hardware drawer, so I got a couple extra of these. One of them was a little stripped on the top. The f was that? One of them was a little stripped on the top, so I'm going to change that one out for a freshie. Let's try to get the driver's side on with the slider. Probably isn't the best angle for you guys since my head's probably going to be in the way, but the bolt is in through the top here. I obviously have this unbolted here, which is part of the seat rail. I gotta lift this up, get the washer, get the nut underneath without crushing my hand or getting a hand cramp. The one's in a horrible spot and I'm not going to be able to film it, so I will get back to you guys when this is bolted in. Getting hot. It's in, it's working. One issue I'm seeing, which will probably need adjusting probably by whoever the next owner is. Like I said, if this gets bought. If not, maybe I'll figure something out. But it's just got to be raised a little bit more because this is one of the releases and it hits the latch there. But still works. It's firmly in there. So with it doing that, you can't slide the seat way forward, but it's on. It might be roughly in the same area it was, but possibly a little closer. I don't even know. But let's get the driver's seat in the passenger side now. I'm gonna have to drill a hole on the bracket just to make it fit. Not bad though. I got those drilled out. I think what I'm gonna do, since it's there's not a lot of room to get my fingers in there, I'm gonna unbolt the front of this bracket here, so I have a little plate to lift it. I'll probably loosen the back, but I'll probably unbolt that so I could get a little play in it, drop the seat on it, get the front ones in, put it back down, just get the front ones on, not tight, but in and started. Bolt the front back down, do the same with the rear. Then hopefully we'll be able to get our hands in there. Hopefully. We'll be right back. The seats are in. I'm thinking I might just lift this other thing, lift the driver's side a little bit. Don't really want to do it, but I might do it. So I have these like little spacers here. I'm thinking if I cut them in half, because I only have 2 of them, so if I cut them in half, I can make 4 out of it. I could make sure this is one of the bolts that will fit, especially if it's in half. It'll definitely fit. Hopefully that's all that it's got to get raised. Let me show you. So that's the trunk latch slash fuel door. It looks like that's really the main height of it, I think. I don't want to remove that, but you could probably remove that, but I don't want to remove that. Because sliding the seat all the way up to where it hits that, it might actually be further back than it was. I can't tell for sure. I don't want to do this, but I'm going to do it. It's the right thing to do. Yeah, I think it's definitely further back than it was, because I think I remember the side. I think I remember this bolster hitting the door panel, and it's right behind it now. So let me just do this. Hopefully we could get it slid up a little bit more. At least this is the easier side to deal with. All right, change of plan. So the ones we were just talking about, these guys, I have to drill them out too. And I don't feel like doing that. It's gonna be a pain in the ass to hold it and make sure it's drilled out so we could get this through. Need a little play. Going through my little spare hardware box. This is, I think these are from the headers or exhaust manifold for my RB engine. These were the original things holding it on. If you look at these, they're nice and thick. So what I'm gonna do, I got 4 the same size, and then I'm gonna throw an extra 2 on the front just to give it a little more uppity. Then if it's too tilted back and if the seat's too low, you could always raise the back a little bit. Actually, the front would be easier to drop because it's just easier to get to that bolt. Let me swap these out. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be difficult. Be right back. So we're all back together. Sliders are in. I had to tap the threads on one of these bolts. Pretty annoying. Got it done. Seats in, sliders working. It's above the trunk and gas cap release latch thing. If you slide it forward and you need to open the trunk, you got to slide the seat back a little bit. But it's not the end of the world. It works. We have sliders. Yeah. Looks like we're like touching just ever so slightly. This piece comes off and then you'll definitely gain some more space, but it works. It goes forward and back. That's what I think is all the way back. It seems to be a pretty solid stop right there. We're not touching in the back. And then all the way forward. If you see where the latch is, it was like touching there, so you get a lot of play. I was having a little trouble with the hood latching. I thought it might be from the cruise I did yesterday. When I got home, I propped the hood open with it warm, and for whatever reason in my head I was thinking that since it's a carbon fiber hood, maybe it tweaked something because it was hot when I propped it open, but I was able to get it closed. All I really had to do was take the latching mechanism in the front, bend it back a little bit, drop the hood down, latch first try. So, not too bad. Let's get these cars back to where they gotta go. This thing's probably completely cool, so it's probably gonna take a couple times to start again. Issue I've been dealing with. Not the end of the world, but yeah. Not too bad. One thing I didn't check, which maybe I'll do it not today, is if the harnesses still reach. The lap ones were always a little tight on me because I did get a little fatter. Who didn't? But the shoulder ones are the easiest ones to adjust, so maybe we'll just deal with it. That's it for today. Pulling the car out of the driveway and back in. I did realize that I'm gonna have to drop the front down a little bit lower because a little tilted. My knee almost touches the steering wheel. Something I'm just gonna have to adjust in the future. Not today. So today was another chill day because, like I said in the last video, my back was bothering me, so I didn't want to get too crazy. Even though I did a lot of bending down, it seems to be okay staying active. We weren't doing any heavy lifting, so that's a plus. This is something I've actually been wanting to do for a while. When I ordered these seats, I only ordered one slider on purpose because I wasn't sure if it was going to wind up sitting up too high, and I wanted to make sure I still had clearance with a helmet on for when I go to the track. I wound up putting it on the passenger side like I was explaining earlier, just for passenger purposes. But now since I'm trying to sell the car, it's gonna have to be adjustable because hopefully whoever buys it, hopefully someone buys it, and if that person buys it, they're probably not the same height as me, which I know, so now we got the slider on there. We should be able to drive it no problem. So, that's it. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, leave some comments down below. I upload videos every Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at 3 p.m. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.